What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you how to get started with the Untold Engine. I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a project and ultimately show your renderings on the Vision Pro. So let's get started. So now the first thing that you need to do is obviously clone the Untold Engine. And if you go to the GitHub repo and you go to the README file, it will show you exactly what to do. All what you have to do is basically execute these commands, git clone, and then provide the link to the repo. And once you have done that, you can just cd into the Untold Engine and you should be ready to go. Now, to make sure that everything works, what you can do is you can run the Untold Engine demo, and what you're going to see on your screen will be something like this. So let me actually show you what that looks like. And actually, this is a good demo for you to start playing with the engine because to start, you do not need to import any files. Everything is actually being streamed remotely. So for example, you can select a dungeon to be rendered on your screen and you should be able to see this. And let's say that you want to see, I don't know, Formula One car to show up, and you should be able to see it. Now, this is only a demo, and obviously you are going to want to create your own project. Well, how do you do that? Well, for that, if you go to the Getting Started section of the repo, I have written step-by-step on how to create your own project. So, the easiest way to create your own project is to download the Untold Engine Studio. That is an editor that I also created to make your life easier. Now, this tool is only to set up your scene. It is not like the game engine at all. It's just an editor that will make your life very simple to when you are using the engine. So to do so, you can just download the Untold Engine Studio, and once you have downloaded the studio, you are going to see something like this. All right. Now, first thing first, what do you do with it? Well, what you want to do is you want to create your first project, and all that you have to do is obviously go click on New, then give your project a name. So I'm going to call it Vision Game. Give your bundle identifier. Here I'm going to call it just Untold Engine. You can give it whatever you want. And here the project is going to be Vision Game. Now for this example, I'm actually going to use the Vision OS. I'm going to choose my platform, my target platform to be the Vision OS. And then I'm going to provide a directory. Where do I want this to be? And I want this to be my download folder. So once you do this, you are going to be given the option to either check out the open the project in Xcode, and I'm going to do that. And when you do this, you are actually going to see your project. So let me just expand this a little bit so it works better. All right. So what happened here is that the Untold Engine, the editor, created your Xcode project, used and linked the Untold Engine as one of the dependencies. You can verify that by simply, looking at this. Under the package dependencies, you're going to see the Untold Engine. Now, if you look under the structures, you are going to see a bunch of folders, and where you are going to write your code is going to be under the game, in the game scene. This is where you have to write your code. All right. And now, under game data, that's basically your resource folder, and you're going to see that all of this have nothing in it. For example, models have nothing there, right? So we're going to go back to the editor, and we're going to load a file. Now, here, I'm going to go to the developer.apple.com website. I'm going to click on this particular mesh that I want to render. So I'm going to click on it, and I have already downloaded it by the way. So now I want to import this. Now I'm going to look for that particular model, here. Now this is a USDZ file, all right? So the engine cannot work with the USDZ file format. It used to, but I changed that, and it only now works with the Untold format. And there is a really good reason for that, which I will explain later. But for now, what you have to do is click on your USDZ file, then go open, and then the engine will will detect that it's a USDZ file and that we need to convert it. And all what you have to do right now is click export, and that's all really what you have to do. And now the file is being exported, and you should be able to see your the files, the asset under the asset browser. So now, just for the heck of it, I'm going to double click on it, and if you do a WZ, if you do a WASD, you should be able to approach your mesh right here. All right. So now one thing that you're going to realize, and if I can get this into focus, now if you go back to your project, the one that we just created, and you go back to models, you're going to see your mesh right here. And this is what we're going to do. All right. So now we're going to head to game scene.swift, and we're going to go into the init function. And I'm going to delete this because this should not be here. When you actually create a project, the only thing that you're going to see will be this. All right. So at this point, what we're going to do is I'm going to copy the code that I have in the getting started section. So let me look for that. And this page will explain to you exactly how to do everything. You can either use the editor like we did, or you can use the command line interface, which is something that you may also like to do. All right. But after you have exported the whole file, you will want to render this. All right. So how do you load the single asset? Well, here I show you exactly how to do this, right? So the first thing that you need to do is you need to create an entity. You can provide a name for the entity, and then the set entity mesh async function will be the function responsible for actually getting all of that data from the Untold file format and basically assembling your mesh so you can render it, right? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to copy this into the project that we created. So let me go over here. And again, we need to make sure that this file is the one that we have right here, and that is exactly what it is. All right, so now at this point, we are ready to actually render the mesh using the Vision Pro. All right, so as you can see, we now have the model being rendered on the floor, just like as we expected. And this is how easy it is to use the Untold Engine. All what you have to do is basically just provide a USDC file and then export it. And once you have that, you can just call one of the functions that is available to you, and that is also mentioned in the getting started for you to render your first model. And that is it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and I'll see you next time.